The room was small, almost cramped, with walls lined by hand-drawn posters of famous singers and scribbled lyrics pinned with thumbtacks. A single lamp cast a warm glow over the boy, who sat on the edge of his bed, headphones snug over his ears. At just 12 years old, he carried a dream bigger than his modest home. His fingers tapped rhythmically on his notebook, where notes and verses were carefully jotted down, evidence of countless late nights spent chasing perfection. The song he hummed was notoriously difficult, filled with soaring high notes that made even seasoned singers pause, yet he practiced relentlessly, refusing to let the challenge intimidate him. His eyes closed, he inhaled deeply and let his voice flow, shaky at first, then gaining confidence with every measure. The melodies bounced off the bare walls, filling the space with an unexpected richness. Despite the worn mattress and bills stacked on the corner of the desk, the boy's passion made the room feel alive, almost larger than life. In that small space, with nothing but determination and music, he was unstoppable. The audience, unseen, yet imagined in his mind, leaned forward, waiting for him to rise and show the world what courage, heart, and talent could sound like. The morning of the school talent show arrived, and the boy's stomach churned with a mix of excitement and nerves. In the crowded auditorium, students whispered and exchanged skeptical glances. "That song is way too hard for him," one muttered. Another snickered, "He'll never make it." Even some teachers shook their heads, unconsciously projecting doubt onto him. His hands trembled as he gripped the microphone, heart pounding in his chest. Flashbacks flickered through his mind, late nights in his bedroom, practicing until his voice cracked, parents nodding with tired smiles, and his little sister cheering him on, saying, "You can do it. Just sing from your heart." That simple encouragement anchored him, reminding him why he had started this journey in the first place. Stepping onto the stage, he felt the bright lights warm his skin, and the silence of the audience pressed down like a weight. But instead of fear, a spark ignited inside him, a determination to prove not to anyone else, but to himself, that he could rise above doubt. He inhaled deeply, ready to turn every whispered doubt into music, and take the first note that would change everything. The spotlight hit him, and the auditorium fell silent. The boy took a deep breath and pressed the microphone to his lips, the first note trembling but clear. Instantly, the room was drawn into his voice, delicate yet powerful, each note carrying the weight of his countless hours of practice, his dreams, and his determination. Faces in the audience softened, eyes widening in surprise. Midway through the song, he reached one of the notoriously high notes. His throat tightened, and for a split second, his confidence wavered. The note threatened to crack, and the audience held its collective breath. Closing his eyes, he remembered his sister's words, "Sing from your heart." Drawing strength from that memory, he exhaled slowly and poured every ounce of emotion into the note. It soared perfectly, resonating throughout the auditorium like a burst of sunlight breaking through clouds. The performance continued flawlessly, each verse more captivating than the last. By the final note, there wasn't a single person untouched. Some whispered in awe, others had tears brimming in their eyes. Even the judges, known for their stoic expressions, sat frozen, visibly moved. The boy realized in that moment that he wasn't just singing, he was connecting, touching hearts, and transforming doubt into hope. As the applause roared, the boy stepped off the stage, cheeks flushed and heart still racing. He thought the moment of triumph would be fleeting, but what happened next was beyond anything he had imagined. One of the judges, an internationally renowned singer, rose from her seat and approached him. Her eyes shimmered with tears as she knelt to his level, gently placing a hand on his shoulder. "Your voice, it reminds me why I started singing," she whispered. "You've inspired me tonight." The boy's chest swelled with a mix of pride and disbelief. In that instant, he realized his journey wasn't just about hitting the perfect note or winning a competition, it was about the ripple effect of courage, passion, and authenticity. Clips of his performance began circulating online, and soon, messages poured in from strangers across the country, people who had been moved to tears, parents who wanted to encourage their children, and young musicians who felt motivated to keep pursuing their dreams. He watched as his small act of bravery transformed into something bigger than himself. Every encouraging comment, every heartfelt message, reminded him that kindness, perseverance, and selfless passion could touch lives in ways he had never expected. In that moment, the boy understood the true power of his voice, not fame, but connection. Back home, the boy sank onto his bed, exhausted but exhilarated. His little sister plopped down beside him, eyes sparkling with admiration. "You did it. You really did it," she exclaimed, wrapping him in a tight hug. For the first time, he allowed himself to smile fully, letting the weight of worry and doubt lift from his shoulders. Together, they sang the song again, laughing at the moments they had stumbled, feeling the joy of music without the pressure of an audience. Outside, the world seemed a little brighter. His performance had sparked hope far beyond their modest home. Strangers had been touched, inspired, and reminded of the power of courage and authenticity. He realized that dreams weren't meant to be kept hidden, they were meant to be shared, to ignite change, and to connect hearts. As he gazed out the window, he whispered to himself, "If you have a dream, chase it, and don't be afraid to touch hearts along the way." The story of a small boy, a difficult song, and a courageous heart had become a testament to the resilience of human spirit, proving that even the smallest voice can create waves of inspiration. The boy's journey wasn't just about singing, it was about hope, kindness, and the transformative power of believing in yourself.